Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign, Cappy, it's for you. But remember, they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. That is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, for your key to the week, all right, this week you have brownie points for anybody that knows what I was just singing there. All right, I'm just gonna get a whole host of messages now. For the key to the week, you've got the Temperance card. So this is a shift point. I love to see this card because it usually represents a point where things really start to shift or where they really start to change. Okay, now the thing with the Temperance card, it does represent balance, but usually, or not usually, just more sort of succinctly, it actually represents alignment. This is about bringing different areas of yourself and therefore your life into balance, but also finding alignment with the things that you really want and desire. It's also a card of healing, so this could be a really wonderful energy for you over the course of this week. Now, when it comes to your actions and options for the week ahead, you have the World card. Look at this, right? So the World card usually shows up, you actually have a lot to do with this card because the World card represents Saturn energy, right? And the fact that you've got this speaks volumes because it means that this week there are opportunities for you to get ahead. There are opportunities for you to get some kind of career advancement as well. Pay attention to the conversations that are being had this week, and really this might be one of those weeks where you need to read the subtext. The other thing with this card, remember, it represents communities. So you might be looking at some of the ties that you have now and asking yourself, does this really feel like the place that I'm meant to be? Or is there something or somewhere else better for me that really is better aligned to what it is that I actually want from my life now? There's a lot of really deep questions this week, Capricorn. All right, so for your communications and conversations, you've got the Three of Wands. Love to see it. Love, love, love to see it. Because the Three of Wands is lucky, it's communicative for sure, but this is about expanding your vision. So this week, the communications that come in, the conversations that take place are really trying to get you to think bigger and broader. And because your energy is naturally Saturnian, that's the World card, Temperance is naturally Jupiterian. The Three of Wands has a very Jupiterian feel to it as well. What you're being asked to really consider here is breaking out of, like, yes, you're always going to be a Capricorn. You can't just change your nature. I totally understand that, right? I'm an Aquarius with a Leo rising. Trust me, I'm hard-headed as they come, okay? Stubborn as a mule, as one of my besties calls me, like. I'm laughing because I know it's true as well, right? But the reason, what's your toxic trait, Raph? I'm stubborn as fuck. Um, so you've got the Three of Wands here. Now, the thing that really sort of strikes me about this is you're being encouraged to expand your vision, to think bigger and broader. So some of the conversations that you have this week, you might just go about them in a very matter-of-fact way when really you're being asked to participate in a brand new way that could potentially take you further afield. Whether it's in your career, whether it's in a relationship, like really open up this week, okay? When it comes to your those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, if there were ever a time for a gap year, international travel, some kind of overseas work placement, or at least consideration of those things through your studies, this would be it, right? Like, there's no getting around this, okay? When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, have the conversation, right? But when you go into it, have the conversation through the aligned energy of exactly what you want from a place of self-value and self-worth. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this allows you to step forward in some way when it comes to your business and make new connections that potentially have an international feel to it, which is great, right? There's no business nowadays in 2023 going into 2024. Every single business, right, apart from a food delivery business, and even then, supermarkets, hello, right, every business is potentially a global one, right? That's just, I mean, it's never been easier to have or to create an international or global business. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this is you putting a finishing cap on something. Something that you have been working on, squirreling away on, with the Three of Wands about this as well. It looks like you've been really kind of, you maybe finished this a while ago and now you're just kind of waiting with bated breath to see if it's ever going to do its thing, if it's ever going to take off, if it's ever going to whatever. Like, this is you putting the finishing touches on a project of some sort. It doesn't have to be a professional one. For your love and relations, you've got the Page of Wands. Before we get into that, I do want to mention, excuse me, there it is. All right, the Capricorn. I do want to mention, when it comes to your year ahead astro horoscopes, they're up and out there for your purchasing pleasure. You can get those on the link in the description box below. And your new year, new frequency is up and out there for your purchasing pleasure. It's short, sharp. It's about 3 or 4 days it will take you. This is energy work that is going to prep you for 2024 in ways that you just can't even imagine just yet. Clients that are already using this are having amazing results and shifts already. I am so excited by this. And I will say, when it comes to this, it's something that you can do in your own time at home, right? So you don't have to be anywhere specific. And for that reason, it's getting some pretty good results. All right. So you can check that out again on the link in the description box below. For your love and relations, you've got the Page of Wands. So your Page of Wands, for those of you that are single, this is lovely, right? Let's talk about handsome or beautiful, pretty strangers, darling. Look, right? The Page of Wands it's fun, it's energetic, it's vibrant, it's flirtatious. And that's what this is. It's not necessarily that there's the potential for something to develop out of a spark that is there. There is something flirtatious and vivacious and fun and enjoyable about this. And I'm here for it, right? Like, get into it. Now, you've got the Page of Wands opposite the Temperance card. This actually represents Sagittarius. So what this tells me is you may meet somebody on or through your travels, or while they are on their travels. You will probably connect throughout this month while things are moving through Sag season, but it won't be probably until the new year where you guys actually sort of potentially meet again. So there might be like a very long courtship, or maybe you're talking a lot back and forth because of the distance between you, but there does appear to be something pretty interesting developing. For those of you that are married, partnered, or in long-term commitments, this is plans for travel for the new year. Love, get out into the world, honey. That's where all the good stuff is. For your money and materials, you have the Emperor. This is a lot of fire, right? Temperance card, Sagittarius ruled, fire. Emperor, Aries ruled, fire. Three of Wands, fire. Page of Wands, fire. This is a lot of energy. And so what this week especially is asking you for is action, movement, passion, to tap into what you really want and what you really require. Page of Wands with the Emperor card, when it comes to the financial conversations and opportunities that show up for you specifically this week, you'll be revisiting them or completing them as we come into late March into early to mid-April of 2024. Pay attention to this week when it comes to the finances, especially when it comes to conversations with bosses, with authority figures within your work and or your professional sphere. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this with the Temperance card, for those of you that have had problems with your sinuses, with your face, with your head, headaches, migraines, all of that kind of stuff, this week they could clear. You could find some relief. All right. Now, obviously, I'm not a doctor, can't give medical advice. It's not a diagnosis. When it comes to your home and environment, the Emperor, because it's Aries energy, and with all of the other cards here, there is not a hard conversation, but there's a debate going on this week within the home sphere, right? So whoever you live with, however you live there, maybe with your neighbors, maybe with your family of origin, there are big debates coming up this week. And, you know, really, because you have the Emperor here, it might be that you kind of shut shit down really quickly, which, you know, as Capricorn is wont to do. Anyway, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.